Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to Fazos Thoughts episode 6. And yo, we finally got to WrestleMania. At the time of this recording, WrestleMania is in about 15 hours away. Uh, Man, what a ride, man. It's been amazing. I can't believe that. Honestly, this happens every year when it's like, it's the Royal Rumble, and then, it's like, all right, we're at the midway mark at Elimination Chamber, but WrestleMania is still, weeks and bounds away. And then, boom, it's the Hall of Fame ceremony, and WrestleMania is in literally less than 24 hours. So it's been a ride. I'm very excited about, the matchups that we got tonight and tomorrow night as well. It's really shaping up to be one of the biggest WrestleManias of all time, as they're pointing it out to be. They did the stage reveal yesterday. When I played Madden, I was using the Kansas City Chiefs playing against the Eagles, and I'm always looking at the venue depending on the year, wherever they're going to be at. I'm like, wow, this is. I wonder if they'll do this. I wonder if they'll do that. And one of the things that I definitely noticed was that the area that they have to work with is quite small, which is why the stage is a lot more smaller. As you can see, I tried to create what they had going on here, but I mean, creation community can only get you so far. But I pretty much use a template and then I just try to make it myself. But that's neither here or there. You guys are here for my last minute predictions, and let's start off with what's gonna be well, let's start off first with a match that was supposed to be Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee taking on Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio. So last night on Friday Night SmackDown, we saw that Dragon Lee was hurt. Someone attacked him. Fans are believing to think that it was Carlito. We'll get on to that, at another time. But it seems as though that definitely could be where they're going with it. And Andrade pretty much turned on Santos Escobar, Dominic Mysterio, and he had aligned himself with the LWO, and he is now going to be taking Dragon Lee's spot. So it'll be it'll be Andrade Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio and Santos Escobar. I mean, guys, let's come on now. I mean, there's no way that I would, now that I kind of think about it, I can see this going either way. I feel as though that it's going to be LWO coming on top here. However, Santos is on the come up. So is Dominic Mysterio. And since Dominic took the loss last year, they might just give it to them this time around. However, when you have a returning Andrade, I don't really think you want to put him in a matchup where he just loses. So I'm going to go with the LWO on this one. Yeah, I feel pretty confident about that. So next up, we're going to talk about the 6-woman tag match, which is Jade Cargill making her debut, Naomi, Bianca Belair versus Damage Control. And this one is another home run. I told you guys a few weeks ago I was very, very, very nervous in terms of what they were going to be doing with Bianca at WrestleMania. It really seemed like she didn't have a match set at all. I wasn't really too sure what they were going to do with her. It really seemed like the reason why things kind of stalled was because maybe they were trying to go the Bianca Jade route, but then it really seemed like they just stopped all things once Tiffany Stratton started to, reach a different stratosphere, no pun intended, when it came to, the fans being on her side, wanting to see her win, wanting to see her at WrestleMania versus Bianca. But, with Bianca's win streak, I'm pretty sure that that's the only reason why they decided not to go with Bianca versus Tiffany, so that fans wouldn't have outrage, they wouldn't be upset. And on top of that, maybe they might have seen it as, Bianca would have been burying talent. I don't really feel as though that's the case, but who am I? I'm just a fan. This easily goes to Jade, Naomi, and Bianca. Damage Control is going to lose the entire weekend. That is a hint towards the next one of the other predictions we have later on in the video. There's no way that these ladies win. I mean, there's no way that these ladies lose. Jade's going to be her first match. It'll be really good to see her in the ring. Obviously, they're protecting her a bit by having her be in a tag match, other than a singles match or even a 2-on-2. So I really look forward to that. So the next match I want to talk about is Jay versus Jimmy, Yeet versus No Yeet. Listen, guys, I'm a little biased on this one, but I'm just going to be honest. I don't know how the hell you have Jimmy Uso lose this match. I mean, Jay Uso has become the star, line them all up, knock him down like this, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's him. Jimmy Uso is him. However, I mean, Jay Uso is him. However, Jimmy has been in the limelight with his brother, but since, Jay has pretty much left the bloodline, he's kind of been in this I want to say comedic role. I feel as though that they realized how funny he was. I don't think that his character was supposed to be this funny. I genuinely don't believe that he was supposed to be this funny, but he really is. It's been a ride when it comes to Jimmy's character, only because I do remember at a time when I couldn't tell who from who. And then you got, Jay lighting things up on Monday Night Raw and, well, previously Friday Night SmackDown. And, he's been costed out of every single title match that he's been in by his brother. So while the build wasn't as good as I thought they could have made it, I thought they could have went real deep with this one. They decided to stay on the surface level, which isn't bad all the time. I feel as though that Jimmy should be the one to win this match. As much as Jay is the babyface, it's like, oh yeah, let's get him that win. I just don't think that he will suffer if he loses. So I'm gonna go with Jimmy to win this one. I wish they had Rikishi show up and do something. You don't have to get everyone in the bloodline, involved in every bloodline situation, but their father was literally in WWE. Everybody loves Rikishi. I feel like if he was the special guest referee, that would have been really cool. But hey, maybe he didn't want to take the spotlight away from him, right? So let's get into the next match, and this is Sami Zayn versus Gunther. Now, this one, initially, I thought that it was just a home run. I was like, Gunther's going to win the match. There's no way that they're going to have him lose. But in my opinion, I think the reason why that they made Sami Zayn, be trained by Chad Gable is so that he wouldn't get booed, out of the situation. Because obviously, as everyone knows, everyone wanted it to be Chad Gable versus Gunther. I wanted it to be Chad Gable versus Gunther. But unfortunately, they saw, I feel as though that it was just star power. It's WrestleMania 40. You want to have all your stars out there, but then again, because it is WrestleMania 40, you should be wanting to create new stars. You want to create those moments that everyone thinks about years from now. And I feel as though that they missed out on an opportunity by having Sami Zayn in the match, even though this match is gonna cook no matter what. However, Sami Zayn's not going to take this win. It was an easy choice. However, when you're thinking about, what's going on in the landscape of WWE, I'm thinking, well, hey, maybe Sami Zayn or Chad turns heel on each other. Maybe they add him into the match, but that's not what they went with on this match. So next match I want to talk about is a six-pack ladder match. This has R-Truth and Miz, The New Day, The Judgment Day, Ciampa and Gargano, The New Republic, and Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. Now, they talked about the rules for this. The match is over when each set of titles is grabbed. I don't know if that means that, they're going to have two guys grab the titles, like, two guys on Raw, one guy on Raw representing a tag team, one guy on SmackDown. At the end of the day, Judgment Day is losing this match, so we will definitely have new tag team champions. I just feel as though that if they're going to keep it being undisputed champions, it is going to just be R-Truth and The Miz. But if it's going to be, the scenario where both teams grab a belt, then I'm just going to have to go with Grayson Waller and Austin Theory from SmackDown. And, R-Truth and Miz grabbing it from the Raw perspective. There's no way you have R-Truth and Miz lose this match in any way, shape, or form. So that's what I feel like they're going to go with on that one. So the second to last match for tonight's card is Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch. And I understand that Becky Lynch is, a huge star. She, if I'm not mistaken, she's one of the horsewomen, excuse me. She's put over a lot of talent over these last few years, which is why I can see her winning, because it's like, let her have her moment. But Rhea Ripley is, she's on fire, man. You don't have Rhea Ripley lose this match. So I feel as though that this is a slam dunk. Just as the next one is, man, Roman Reigns and The Rock versus Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes. You can't tell me that Roman Reigns and The Rock are losing. You don't have Roman lose twice in a weekend, let alone a WrestleMania weekend. There's just no way that that's happening. So fully expect Bloodline rules. You're gonna stack all the odds against Cody on Sunday night. So speaking of Sunday night, let's get straight into the next day's card. We're gonna have the Pride versus the Final Testament in a ECW street fight, or Philadelphia street fight, whichever one of it was there, right? I don't know. I really feel like the Pride needs the win, but No one needs a win more than Karrion Kross. I've been saying this for since they added this brother to the roster, dude. Karrion Kross there's something about Karrion Kross that I feel like is there. They just don't experiment on it. And since they brought, they essentially gave him a whole, faction, bro. They need to get these dubs. And I understand, you want to have, your phenomenal moments at WrestleMania, but the match itself will do the moments for the pride. They're going to get cheered on SmackDown. The Final Testament needs to be taken serious, which is why I have them winning this match. When it comes to LA Knight versus AJ Styles, we're going with LA Knight. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why you... Everyone who knows me on a personal level knows I hate AJ Styles. I have not liked AJ Styles since I felt like he was holding the title for too long when he was facing Samoa Joe. And those were the days when I was like, yeah, I'm not a fan of this guy. He's a phenomenal worker in the ring. I'm not going to take anything from him. However, I just feel as though that it's LA Knight's time, man. I thought he was going to be in the next match that I'm going to talk about, but, man, there's no way that you have LA Knight in his first WrestleMania. This build has been pretty good with the home invasion, and then, LA Knight playing a younger version of himself, playing, being one of the guys, the camera crew or the production crew, attacking AJ Styles the last week. But yeah, man, I got LA Knight. Yeah, taking the W. And the match that I thought he was going to be in was versus Logan Paul, but we got Logan Paul versus Randy and Kevin Owens. Randy and Kevin Owens has pretty much been on a tag team tear for these last few weeks, but I think that's all going to come to an end once Kevin Owens gets an RKO. I feel as though that they are going to cost each other the victory here. Unfortunate. They're going to cost each other the loss. Somehow, some way, Logan Paul is going to walk out of there still U.S. champion. I feel as though that he walks into SummerSlam, which is going to be in his hometown, Cleveland, as a U.S. champion. So that's my prediction on that. Randy Orton, I feel as though maybe it's going to be a stunner. This might be the match of the night. I'm not going to lie. It might be a stunner into an RKO or something, and someone lays over, Logan Paul lays over one of the guys on accident, and, that ends up being the 1-2-3 victory. Next, we're going to talk about Io Sky versus Bayley, a match that really should have gotten a lot more attention. Unfortunately, it just hasn't because of the whole bloodline situation. But, man, I got Bayley taking the W on this one. There's no way you have Bayley walk up in WrestleMania taking this L. I mean, that would kind of be distasteful, I'm not going to lie. It's okay that the whole faction of Damage Control is crumbling down. It's okay. It's not like they were doing, the greatest thing on television anyway. But, beggars can't be choosers, So we're just going to go with Bayley winning this one, and she will be the new WWE Women's Champion. Next, we got Seth freaking Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. I don't know. I personally, if I had to put money on it, I'm going to say Drew McIntyre wins. However, I do feel as though that there will be a cash-in during this. Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre have been going for it I've been going at it for a minute, so I don't believe that we're going to get another singles match, even though that this version of Drew McIntyre is brand new. I feel as though that we need something new. We need something fresh. And I feel like they noticed that as well, which is why this is the final one of these matchups. So I'm going to say that Damian Priest cashes in either during the match, or maybe CM Punk gives, McIntyre a GTS, and then that's the end of the night for him. And, I don't know. I'm not too sure. But at the end of the day, I'm going to go with Drew. Rollins is losing this whole weekend, right? But when it comes to the main event, Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes, which I believe is going to be under Bloodline rules. I feel as though they will overbook the shit out of this match, and they should. I mean, it's WrestleMania 40. Some matches call for overbooking, and I feel as though that this is one of those matches. They had, hinted towards having John Cena and Stone Cold, coming in the match and whatnot. I mean, I would pop pretty big for that. I honestly wouldn't mind if that's what they ended up doing. So, we'll see what happens, but at the end of the night, Cody Rhodes is going to be the brand new WWE champion. I mean, it's been a ride with the whole bloodline situation, but hey, man, everything can't last forever. But those are my WrestleMania predictions. Get down in the comments, man. Let me know what you guys think. It's been Fazos, man, and I'm out, bro.